Hello everyone! You're probably asking, what the hell is this? This is no Ludum Dare postmortem. No, it's not. It's a little experiment, but more on that in a minute. Right now, I want to show you. This is the final version. I mean, this is the revised version. I already have all the mistakes edited out in the final version. So we're at 33 pages now of the Ludum Dare documentary. I will start recording my voiceover tomorrow, and then I can dive right into the edit and we'll see how things go from there. The other thing is the experiment is, well, it's this. It's my first Let's Play. And I've selected a very special game that is very dear to me. Do you remember what this is? This is the original Game Boy, and with it came the best game ever, in my opinion, and this is Tetris. I'm not going to play it on this old machine here, because you probably can't see the screen. And yeah, this, by the way, is my original Game Boy, and as you can see, it didn't come really black. I painted it black myself with the paint colors from my dear grandfather when I was 6 or 7. And the reason for this was the first Game Boy was just plain gray, and the first new editions were all these colored editions. And also there was a translucent one, which was pretty great. And I wanted a black one, but my mom said, you already got a Game Boy. So I painted it black myself. And yeah, as I said, I wasn't very old back then, and I didn't do a good job. And of course, the paint stuck everywhere, and it took. You can see these buttons here; they're still a little bit black on the fringes here. Yeah, it took about a half a year until these buttons worked again. But in my opinion, this is the best D-pad there ever was, and there never will be a better D-pad than on the Game Boy. Yeah, so I'm going to play Tetris now with this one in an emulator. It's not perfect, and the button layout is not that quite good, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And you might be asking, why Tetris? Well, I don't mean to brag, but I do. And this I want to show you. It means that 10 years ago, I was number 5 in the world with Tetris on Game Boy. And since then, I've never even came close to my record I set back then. So with that said, let's jump right in and see how well I'm doing without any practice. So I think there's a little bit of a delay here, but we can work around this. Okay, this was just practicing. Okay, good. Yeah. Again, as you can see, I'm not bothering making any lines or completing any lines before I haven't a perfect setup for a Tetris block. And Tetris is a great game because of all these risk-reward cycles. You probably don't think of it as being a game that's highly with risk and reward like that, but actually it is. As you can see here, I risked a lot waiting for this long one, but it didn't come. So yeah, this was my risk that I took, and the reward was that we're trying all over again. The other kind of risk reward is that you always want to keep your playfield as open as possible, meaning that no matter what block comes next, that you can place it without creating a gap. So this is of utmost importance, and sometimes this means making some kind of towers like this one here. But now we're looking pretty good. Maybe this is getting a little bit... Okay, good. Here comes the relief. And we're back at building up. Sometimes when you're taking risks, you can do it like this. And yeah, now the long one comes, so this wasn't too good. I've wasted a perfectly good line here. But I'm still in the race, so this is good. Scrambling a little bit right now, but still in the race. Usually when I'm not getting at least 60,000 points without making a mistake, like this one here, usually I just don't bother playing any further and just restart the game. But I want this to be a little bit entertaining at least, so I'm not doing that. Yeah. Oh, good. Everything's cool again. The interesting bit about the Tetris version here on Game Boy is that in newer versions you're guaranteed to have one of each kind of Tetronimo drop down on you. This is not so with the Game Boy version and the NES version, they are just really random. So sometimes you can have like 20 blocks and still not this long one you're craving. On the other hand, sometimes like this, I have now 2 long ones in succession, and I don't really need them that much. So yeah. In newer versions you have a set of all the Tetronimos. There are 7 different Tetronimos, and with each new set you're guaranteed to get one. So the longest you have to go without one particular block is like 13 or 14 drops. So yeah, so this one is a pretty hardcore version, but to me this is my favorite version. And I also like it that when you press down, the block doesn't drop instantly, but just accelerates downwards. So this is also really nice because you can speed up stuff and do some scrambling last minute placement, which I hope we don't have to do on this version here. As I said, it feels a little bit laggy, but on the other hand, this could also because I'm getting old. So we're a bit in a pickle here and I have to start making mistakes now. Please, please, long one, save me! Ah, crap. Okay, 87,000 points, that's shit. Today I want to show you that we get at least 100,000 points so we can see the cute rocket starting. Alright, next try. As you see, I'm trying to keep the gap for the long one, and I will only call it the long one. I try to keep it here now, if possible, in the middle, because that means, as you've seen before, when I'm really having some troubles, that I don't have... yeah. Well, let's start over again. To finish my sentence, that I don't have to move this one left or right, so that I can just turn it and drop it without having to move it left or right. As you've noticed before, when you're up here, when you're really in the higher regions, you don't have time to manually push the long one aside, left or right. So AAA, my favorite initials. Okay, no more messing around. Maybe I should get in some kind of challenge mode, or yeah, competition mode, and not doing so much little talking stuff and little storytelling segments. But on the other hand, I don't want this to be too boring for you. A little bit boring is okay, because I myself am a little bit boring. Sometimes I even bore myself. Alright, this isn't looking so good now. Let's try if we can still salvage it somehow. But... ugh, god damn it. No. Let's try this all over again. Yeah. Maybe if you're interested in how I set the record, I practiced for a couple of weeks before my attempt. And then it was one long night, where I just restarted the game over and over again until I had it. So I played the whole night, and it was, I think, run number 52, which was the winning one. And I played through the night, and number 52, this isn't salvageable anyhow. And number 52 was when it was already getting noon on the next day. So I just played through the night and well into the next day, and yeah, number 52 was the winning one. I think I scored 400,000 something points. I've never even gotten close to it anymore, and now I've slipped in the world ranking from a pretty good, yeah, what was it, 4th place even. I slipped, I think I'm now at number 7 or number 8. So yeah, this was my grandest moment, and I should put it in my CV. That was not good. And yeah, I will tell my grandchildren that their grandfather was once number 4 in Tetris in the world ranking. Apparently the world ranking is is not known to Japanese or Asian players, because I've seen a Tetris tournament of some Asian guys, and it was just insane. It was just so fast. I couldn't even process it mentally, just following what they were doing. It was crazy. So I hope none of them ever finds out about twingalaxies.com. That is twin galaxies without a dash or something in the middle. So I hope nobody ever finds out and just submits their tape and pretty much destroys any competition there. Number 1 in the world ranking right now, I think, is still Uli Horn. That's some German, I think, because of course it's a German. It always is a German out there there's better than you, usually. So yeah, not doing too well here, but let's see if I can fix all my mistakes. So in general, when playing Tetris, as I said, you want to maximize all the lines you can get. Those single lines, they just waste your time. And yeah, let's not bother finishing this one. They just waste your time, so you want to maximize everything you can and only go for 4 lines, 4 lines, 4 lines. If sometimes you have to make a concession with just 3 lines, I think that's okay, but usually you just, as I said, just go for 4 lines and don't bother the peanuts, right? And this also means that if you have a long tetronimo, and it will only yield 3 lines, you just don't place it. You wait until you have something ready, like here. I need this one here, because I'm not bothering with 3 lines. Okay, you can see this gap right here on the left, on the right now. I had to use this now as my main gap for the long one, because I messed up the other one. And as I said before, you really want to place your your blocks that that you have a gap for. That you have a gap for anyone that might come next, because you just can't know. Yeah, I'm really messing up this one big time, but let's just keep going. Okay, almost fixed it, but it cost me some lines. If you ask why I want to avoid single lines, because this is due to a special rule in the Game Boy version. I think it's in the NES version as well. Is if you have, it depends on your starting level. I started with level 9, so I can make 90 lines, and then it gets the game starts getting faster. And if I start with level 0, I can make 10 lines, and after 10 lines, it will speed up. So I want to avoid the game speeding up, because as you know, it just keeps getting harder and harder. And this is why also I start with level 9, because when I make a Tetris that are 4 lines on level 9, I get, I think, 12,000 points. When I do it in level 0, I just get 1,000 points, because it's so much easier. So yeah, I've primed myself to only play in this high speeds. Oh my god! Oh, this was too close. This was too close for comfort. Okay, now I'm making 3 lines here, just to open up this gap here again and try to reduce the line so I can finally get to the bottom again. So yeah, I'm wasting a lot of lines. I'm at 35 lines now. And we're we're at 82,000 points. It's not great, but at least, well, it's better than nothing. Okay. Making mistakes here now. Okay, I have to use this one here and this one there. And close this up again. Oh, this hurts. It hurts. Okay. Okay, I think I fixed it now, but now I can't really place this one here without causing a lot of troubles for me later. Maybe this one here. Put this one there, just so we have some breathing space again. Okay, good. We're at the bottom again. 53 lines now. Not too great, but oh god, what did I do? Okay, good. We're back in the race. Almost 100,000 points, so I think the goal for this Let's Play is almost reached, so I can relax a little. And we will see just how long I can keep playing. I think heavens. Oh my god, no, no. This hurts, I can't, this hurts. So I placed the long one in this position and not here, because if I did that I would cause this situation, which means gaps, 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 gaps everywhere. You don't want to have gaps, 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 gaps everywhere. Okay, 126,000 points. I'm all about points, as you've already noticed. I'm not about lines, because lines just make your life harder. And where's the fun in just lines, right? You want some... if I were playing just for lines, I would just make one line after one. Oh my god, oh my god. I would just make one line after one line after one line, and it would get a little bit harder. But if you're still staying very, very much to the bottom, you almost can't lose. And where's the fun in that, right? So, okay, let's... Shit. Okay, let's try to salvage this situation I've got myself into here now. Okay, but there are 73 lines now. And I think, yeah, at 100 lines or something, you will notice that the game will start getting faster. And I don't want to be up there. I don't want to be this high when the game got faster. Maybe we don't even have to worry about the game getting faster, because I'll be dead by then anyway. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we can do right now. So I'm not going to win this one here. No. Well, at least we get to see a nice rocket. The first time I saw this, I was just blown away. I didn't know how I did it, because usually when you're playing you don't look at the points. But yeah, having this Russian Soyuz rocket start was really great. And when I told it my mom, I swore that the exhaust was in color. I even drew pictures. All in black and white, but the exhaust was in color, because the flame, it looked so radiant to me. But of course, it's not possible. So yeah, AAA. You know what we're going to try to do now? We play with a B-type and without the music, because it's making me go crazy. So what is B-type? If you haven't played B-type before, playing it at level 9 and high 5, this is where, as you will see, the playfield already has some gaps in it. So this is, you have to make 25 lines. The game doesn't ask how you do it, you just have to do it. And this is... usually I can do this one pretty quickly when I'm lucky and not messing things up like I did now. But our reward for this is much bigger than an old rocket. It's the start of a space shuttle accompanied with a whole Russian dancing troupe, which is much nicer than, as I said before, just a plain old rocket. So I'll see if I can do this right now. 25 lines. Doesn't sound too hard, does it? And now I'm not really caring that much about points. Of course, I mean, it's nice if you can make a Tetris or two, but usually the goal is just to survive long enough. Oh. It can go this fast, right? Okay, let's try it another time. Sometimes when you start, you're lucky, and the top rows are pretty open, so you can drop your Tetronimos pretty deeply into the playing field. So, but yeah, I'm doing not so bad right now. But as you've seen before, it can turn so quickly on you. So this is why with Tetris you always have to be on the lookout. It's a great game. I still love it. As I said before, to me this is the greatest game ever, because it's such a gamey game. Nothing works like in the outside world. You don't need, in a sense, you don't have a certain bonus or a certain advantage if you bring knowledge from the outside world into this game. You don't have to know about gravity, because the gravity is here now step-based. The only thing you have to have is some kind of spatial reasoning. and do it under time pressure. That's all you need to bring to this game, and in that sense, as I said, yeah, it's really a gamey game in a sense. There's no story, there's nothing, it's just a pure game. I'm really a fan of story games, don't get me wrong, but sometimes just playing for the sake of playing is really great. And I mean, when I'm watching TV shows, I get bored easily, and then I just whip out my good old Game Boy and just play Tetris, because my attention span has degraded over the years thanks to the invention of this internet thing. So, we're pretty much done, and I'll leave you now with this great display of Russian folklore, which it is totally not. I think this was from the Nutcracker. And as you can see here, this majestic space shuttle and this rocket looks much better than the pencil one we had before. Excuse me. So, I'm already dehydrating, so this is why I got myself 1 liter of coconut water. Great coconut water. Yeah, that's the pinnacle of Tetris on Game Boy. Congratulations! Alright, now here's the tally up of all of our points. Didn't make a Tetris, didn't make any triple lines. So the score of 11,198 is abysmal. But we don't care about that because we've seen the cute space shuttle. So, yeah, this was my first Let's Play. Tell me what you think. Maybe it was my last one, depending on your reactions, but I thought I'd try something new. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and see you soon, hopefully with, where is it? The making of Ludum Dare 38. Alright. Cheers, guys!